This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
Right now at 4, we are in storm alert as potentially dangerous severe weather moves through the bi-state. The first round of severe weather already brought large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes to our area. Here's a live look at current conditions from Forest Park. Thanks for being here. I'm Kay Quinn.
And I'm Brent Solomon. Right now, another round of storms is approaching the bi-state. 5 on your side has team coverage for you all across our area. We have crews in Sullivan, Hillsboro, Festus, and Olympian Village. We also have meteorologist Tracy Henson out in our storm tracker. But we begin at 4 with Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell with a look at conditions right now.
Well, it's a brief break from the intense thunderstorms that we saw earlier, mainly south of St. Louis. Even though we had some in the metro area, and we still have some in the metro area, these aren't severe storms, but they are producing some small hail back into parts of St. Charles County and into parts of Franklin County. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning, though, just issued to include pretty much all of Phelps County with the exception of the points south of Edgar Springs, but that does include the Rolla area. This storm is moving towards east-southeast, likely producing hail up to the size of quarters. Now, these storms that are a little farther to the north, yes, they've been hail producers. One now just west of Union, that's heading towards Washington. The earlier storm that went through Washington that's now up into Cottleville and Darden Prairie and heading into St. Charles, that had some pea-sized hail with it and likely still does. All the other warnings are outside of the area, but there are additional thunderstorms developing back to our west. And yes, those storms in western portions of Missouri are strong to severe, and they will be heading in our general direction. Now, it's more favorable at this point because conditions are warmer and more humid south of St. Louis than they are in the metro area, and that boundary is still down there. So we have our tornado watch still in effect over southern portions of the area until 5 o'clock. There's a severe thunderstorm watch for middle part of Missouri just outside of our viewing area until 5. Storm Prediction Center and the local forecast office will work to see how we're going to work that out for later on this evening. At this point, we're staying in our storm alert through about 8, 9 o'clock tonight. There will be more strong storms. The extent of the coverage is likely to be greater south of St. Louis, and the threats all still the same. Could see some gusty winds, could see that big hail, although probably not baseball size hail, especially in St. Louis. We've had that happen earlier, but most of the hail threat is likely to be golf ball size or less, and then tornado threat is going to be more to the south of St. Louis, all as this storm system finally wraps up and slides our way. Again, there's still more action to the west of us that we have to get through tonight. So until about 8 o'clock tonight, we're remaining in storm alert.
All right, we'll check back in, Scott. Thank you. Our storm alert continues now with meteorologist Tracy Henson. She's live in the storm tracker. And what's going on in your location, Tracy?
Well, Kay, we do have some blue sky, but let me tell you, that is not something we want to see. I'm in Farmington. I'm traveling along 67 northbound here, and this sunshine that you can see breaking through, that's adding a bit of heat out there. I certainly felt it when it broke through. We were down here, and you could feel that extra heating from the sun. It's very humid. You could almost feel that instability in the air. I did check on some roadways, some waterways around here as well, St. Francis River, as well as some of the creeks that lead into that. They were all moving pretty fast and were definitely very muddy, but they have all come down quite a bit from initially when they were fairly high after that first round of storms came through. We are anticipating storms to come through here though within the next hour to 2 hours, and we'll be watching for severe development as they make their way through Farmington. Back to you.
All right, Tracy, stay close. Right now, the city of Sullivan is cleaning up after another round of severe weather rolled through that area earlier today. Our Alex Fees joins us live there with a look at the damage right now. Hello there, Alex.
Brent, good afternoon. We are live inside the city limits of Sullivan this afternoon, and that tree behind me is a pretty good indication of the strength of the severe weather that moved through this area earlier today. But check out this photograph from the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Troopers say they performed more than one water rescue as drivers needed to be rescued from rising waters on Highway 185 late this morning. High water crossed the road, and that was still happening long after the rain stopped and the winds died down. Then there was this scene where strong winds toppled over a tree right next to a home at East Main and South Center Streets. You can see the root ball in saturated soil simply uprooted, and down came the tree, landing right next to the home. At about the same time, across the street at Center Street Apartments, residents say their homes were flooded during the deluge. Everybody was able to get out safely in that situation, but residents say it's the second time in a year this has happened inside their apartments.
It flooded back in August, and it's flooding again today.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Where's the water coming in?
from the utility room. It comes in and it kind of fountains up like a fountain.
And of course, this is the second time in as many days that residents here in and around Sullivan have been affected by severe weather. Yesterday, it was a tornado that destroyed the One More bar south of here along Highway 185. Live this afternoon in Sullivan, Alex Fees, 5 on your side.
All right, thank you, Alex. The Jefferson County town of Hillsborough also in the path of today's storms. Many viewers sent us pictures of large hail in that area. 5 on your side's Holden Kerwicki is live in Hillsborough. And what are you seeing, Holden?
Well, Kay, I have seen plenty of hail damage today. Luckily, I didn't have to drive through it, but the craziest thing I did see was on the drive down to Hillsborough along Highway 21, where there was so much hail from this storm piled up alongside the road that it actually looked like it snowed outside. Now, let's get to the video. If you want to look at this picture from Christina Marks, you can tell what the folks here in Hillsborough were dealing with. Joey Melton, who lives in the Villages at Brickyard subdivision, told me he was moving his camper away from his house due to concerns about the wind when hail started pelting his new truck, causing considerable damage to the hood.
It started off maybe about a marble size, and by the time I made it inside it was golf ball size, and by the time my wife made it to the window, it was the size of a baseball, and she ran outside and grabbed it.
Luckily, the Meltons do have insurance. Joey told me he plans to have adjusters take a look at his roof just to be sure everything is okay after a number of neighbors complained about the damage to their roof from all of this hail. Reporting live in Hillsborough, Holden Kerwicki, 5 on your side.
Incredible images there, Holden. Thank you. Speaking of hail, also large hail falling in Festus. That's where we find our Justina Cornell for us. She's at Larry Kreitz Memorial Park. Justina, look at that water there behind you.
Brent, well, we're in front of Joachim Creek, and it's quite a sight to see. Now, the water is definitely swollen, and we're seeing those waters rise. Another thing to see out here, the water is moving quickly, and taking it with it is the debris from that storm. I saw a tire just go by, and we've seen some big branches just coming through the water here behind me. And down the street from here is also a homeowner. He let us in his backyard to see some of that damage. Now, Don Goforth, who's lived at this home on Frontier Road for 20 years, said he's never seen hail this big or this much. Now, they were actually watching Channel 5 when it started hailing outside shortly after 1. Hail was coming down in all different shapes, from quarter size to baseball size hail. Now, that hail broke one of their windows, damaged patio furniture and their garden after they worked on it for 6 weeks. Now, just a year ago, the couple actually replaced the roof due to a tornado, but worry it could be impacted again, and their newly cleaned pool is now a mess.
I got a lot of clean up. What really stinks is I just had all this cleaned up and the pool was ready to go swimming in, and now I got to do it again. So that took a lot of time, but now we got to do it again. So it is what it is.
I also spoke to a roofing company in Jefferson County, and they said they've already had some calls, but they expect more tomorrow. Now, keep in mind of any scammers, we want to make sure you're being safe. Reporting live, Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.
All right, thank you, Justina. We have more storm damage video. This from Jefferson County. Bader Road near DeSoto, just littered with debris.
Well, today's severe weather also impacted baseball. In just the last hour, the Cardinals announced today's game against the New York Mets is now postponed. The game will be made up on Monday, August 5th. Earlier today, we caught up with Cards fans who were patiently waiting for the game.
We'll wait it out. We'll eat some food, we'll wait it out and see if we can watch it later. Hopefully they keep with us.
I would find cover.
Yes, luckily we're at the Redbird level, so we know there's a food court right behind us, so we'd head in there.
They're taking it in stride. Busch Stadium was the first ballpark in Major League Baseball to be certified as a storm-ready facility by the National Weather Service. The ballpark has clearly marked designated storm shelters, multiple ways of communicating with fans, and a detailed public safety plan.
5 on your side will stay on top of that storm threat. Look for updates on air, online at ksdk.com, and on the 5 on your side app.